Hello lovely people. Today we're going to be talking about my hair and more importantly the journey it has been on and the journey I have been on, learning what my hair likes, how I like to do my hair, how to finally make it do the things that I want it to do. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a journey we've all been on, right? And I say been on, it's, it's not like it's ended, because often I still wake up in the morning and it just does its own thing. Definitely not what I want it to do, but we're still trying. It's a work in progress. One thing that has really been helping my hair in its progress to being manageable and going along with what I actually say is Kerastase. And I'm so pleased to say that they are the sponsor of today's video. And we went to London to try a very special new in-salon treatment called Fusio Dose, which I have to say made my hair super shiny even 2 washes later and so soft. It's like butter. And I'll tell you all about that a little bit later on. But to start with, in the journey of my hair progression, which to start with may just be roasting my hair, let's talk about what my hair looks like originally, because this is not real. No. My hair isn't actually red, and it's not actually curly. It's all a lie, people. It's all a lie. This is a picture of me with my actual hair that grew from my head as a child. Quite yellow, quite yellow, and very straight. So straight, I could not even put a pin grip in it because it would just slide out of my hair. Oh, that thing where people curl their hair by, I don't know, getting it a bit damp and then sleeping with their hair in a pigtail. No, that didn't work for me either. Rude. Of course, we always want what we don't have, and as a person with very straight hair, I longed to have the luscious waves and curls of my friends who wanted my very straight hair. For a long time, my parents just gave me the Lego hair, we're going to call it. The sharp bob that looked much like someone had just dumped a wig straight onto my head. And then something happened when I was 4, which we're going to call the incident, where the girls next door who were dyeing their Barbie's hair ran out of Barbie hair, decided mine would be definitely a good enough replacement, and chopped some of it off. Deeply traumatic when my mother then took me to have what was left of my hair chopped into a mushroom. It was all up here, just here, nothing down here. Completely tragic. And I decided right there and then that no one was going to touch my hair with scissors for the rest of my life. No one touched my hair, any kind of scissors, for 10 years. And it really grew. Such straight hair. And I wanted it so badly to be beautifully curly. Now, I, as a small child, didn't dress in the way that most of my friends necessarily did. I liked to be a little bit out there. I was also quite allergic to lace and anything that wasn't cotton, so my grandmother made a lot of my clothes from the patterns that she had made her own daughter's clothes with in the 1950s. So yeah, I know, it grew with me, which is weird because you think I'd have started in the 1950s and then grown up, and so now I dress like I was in the 80s, but I guess we'll just always be in the 50s. I'll be like a grandma, but a grandma from the 50s. I guess we'll have to come back and find that out, so subscribe. So anyway, I had very straight hair and I really wanted it to match my lovely clothes and just not be very straight hair, because it does not suit this face. Let's be honest here. My wife likes it because she says that it means I'm not faffing. But then she likes anything that means there's no faff. So I wouldn't trust her with that. The first way that I tried to curl my hair was just the bun method. Okay, I'll just put my hair into 2 buns overnight, sleep in it. This didn't work out quite so well for me because it just gave me terrible headaches, to be honest. And did nothing for my hair unless I made my hair a little bit damp. Now the great thing about this is that you might wake up and oh, your hair's just like a smidge curled. Oh, lovely, you might get your pretty ringlets. But if you get it wrong and your hair is too damp, oh, now you've woken up and your hair is like a weird mixture of kind of damp and lanky, but slightly curled, but then there are some bits of your hair that are straight, and then you've got the straight and the curl and bits that are damp, and it's all awful and all over the place. So then I turned to someone who would actually know what to do to get nice 1950s hair. My grandmother. Thank you very much, Nana. Thank you. Who taught me how to rag my hair? Yeah, what is ragging your hair, you ask? Something that Victorian children did with actual rags. So you take each piece of your hair and then you take a piece of fabric, looking around like I have a piece of fabric here to hand. I don't. If you're interested, let me know. That should definitely be a Christmas video, I've just realised. How Christmassy is that? Anybody interested in a Christmas video on how to rag your hair? Let me know. Piece of cloth, roll it up, and then you tie it, and it does look really quite adorable whilst in your hair, but also when you take it out, you have adorable ringlets. And it would last for at least 6 hours, which could see me through the school day, depending on when I took the rags out, which might be in the car on the way to school. I could look very cute on picture day. But I was really after a more long-lasting solution, which led me at the grand age of 17 to the perm. Yes. I permed my hair because I thought, this is ridiculous. This hair is just too straight. Maybe if I perm it, it will at least be able to hold a curl for a little bit. Did this work? Answers on the back of a postcard. I think we can all see where this is going. The answer is, of course, it did not. Why did it not work? Because my hair is very naturally straight. Does it take a perm? No, it does not. Even when using the strongest type of perm, the strongest perming agents, only half my head got permed. And can I just say, I had my hair permed repeatedly. 4 years I did this to my hair over and over again, and it would just drop. It would drop out. And every time I did it, I had to have like the smallest little size of perm curl that could be done. And every time when they took it out, I'd be like, oh, I see, there's the straight bits then, because some of it would just be straight. But at least it gave me a base to work with that meant when I then did try to curl my hair using either the bun method or the rag method, I would get a longer lasting curl that might last me, you know, a whole 2 days. I thought that was pretty great. And then I discovered the wonder of the hot roller. Pretty sure anyone at this point who works with hair is probably like, Jessica, this doesn't sound great for your hair. You'd be right. Was I finding hair on my pillow? Yes. Would it have been really stupid at this point to have got highlights? Did I do that anyway? We all make bad decisions as teenagers. So at this point my hair was, to use a technical term, frazzled. I'd worked out that my heated rollers, which by the way, I had purchased not from a reputable shop like Boots, the chemist, or from any kind of hairdressing related accessory shop. No. I had purchased this from a message board at my local gym. They had these rollers with the wax cylinders inside and then the foam coating around the outside. And I'm pretty sure that they were now illegal. I cannot find them on the market today, and I think that might be because they are incredibly dangerous, to the point that I worked out I had to always place them on top of a solid surface or else I was going to burn something down, namely my entire house. So you put them into their container. They have these metal rods that go up into the center of the roller. You put the roller on top and then you switch it on. The whole thing heats up and it got to a blistering heat. And I was like, that's fine though, because I can't feel my fingers. I have peripheral neuropathy, which means I literally cannot feel the tips of my fingers at all. So I can't feel if I burn myself. Great for hair rolling, not great for keeping your fingers intact. But you know, at least my hair looked good. Great priorities there, Jessica. So they'd be there on this little metal container, getting hotter and hotter and hotter, on a piece of board that I had found in my dad's woodworking shed, slowly burning a little circular hole in the wood. And then I just pick each one up and roll it into my hair as it sizzled away. And you could watch the smoke come off. I was like, this is fine. It's fine. As my head was on fire. Like, it's fine. And then I just wrap a scarf around it. Absolutely solid bits of plastic. Solid wax on the inside. The hooks were huge. They dug into my scalp. And I was like, I'll wake up with curly hair. What more do you need? And yeah, and I just sleep with those in. Isn't the point of heated rollers that you don't need to sleep with them in your hair? Yes. Yeah, that is indeed the point of a heated roller, Jessica. But there were some key things that I wasn't thinking about. One, I was absolutely destroying my hair. And two, I was missing some vintage basics, such as having a beautiful clear-cut parting. Very important in vintage hair. But one of the basics that no one really talks about, I always feel like no one really says that. When you're curling your hair, by the way, you should have a very straight, nicely done parting. That is vital. And secondly, I just didn't know what to do with the front of my hair. There was no attempt made at the kind of fringe element like this. What was happening here? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It just curled, and then because I don't naturally have a parting, it just grows from the center of my head directly over my face. Hence why my parents just kind of got scissors and went with the Lego hair. It just flopped in my face all day long. But it was curly. It flopped in my hair, but it was curly. But you know, it made me happy. After ruining my hair for a number of years, I was cast on a TV show called Britain's Missing Top Model. Don't look that up. You definitely don't need to. It's fine, I've got the pictures here. And yeah, my hair was not good when I went on that show. Destroyed, yeah, very destroyed. As I said, it crackled. And of course there's the makeover episode, as there is on all good modelling shows. There's got to be the makeover episode. And I knew going in that because they'd eliminated every brunette, which was a bit bizarre really, looking back on it. I think there were 8 of us going into the competition, 3 of whom were brunettes, and then when it got down to the final 5, they gave us makeovers, and all the brunettes were gone. And I was like, right, they're definitely going to dye some of my hair. I'm probably going to become a redhead because, I don't know, fate. I just saw that in my future. My grandmother was a redhead. I could be. I'm not, but I could be. So it ended up being the 4 of them were blondes. And I was like, do whatever you want to my hair. I've destroyed it. Go for it. And like all good makeover shows, they wanted to give us completely wild, different transformations. And I was like, yeah, sure, go for it. Whatever you do. Because I'll be honest, you can pretty much do a vintage hairstyle on whatever they'd left me with. So I felt quite comfortable. I was like, sure. I've destroyed my hair. I'm aware of this. Make it back to good hair, and then I can actually have something to work with from there, you know. And indeed, the other girls were less into the extreme transformations, so they ended up still being 4 blondes. They just, I think, had some like neatening up done, and they looked very nice. But I had all my hair chopped from like here done. Yeah, it was pretty much here to here, and it got dyed, actually kind of this colour. I got a severe bob, just to really enhance my nose, as if no one had noticed my nose. Really wonderful picture from that show, of a week where we were supposed to be showing intimacy with male models, and I was not good at it, as one can imagine. But yeah, the picture's mainly my nose, so it didn't really matter in the end what he looked like, or what I looked like, or what our intimacy was like at all. It's just a picture of my nose, helped by the bob. Probably shouldn't have gone for the bob. Fortunately, what I was left with after that big chop was some lovely hair that had not been destroyed by me. So I made sure from that point onwards there was going to be no more perming, and I was not going to be using my heated rollers anymore. I had to be looking for some other options. And here's where we come to the saviour of my vintage look, which is the foam roller. It's good, so good, and also really cheap and travels well because a foam roller packs down quite flat. Also comfortable to sleep in. And whilst we're talking about saviours of my hair, let's talk about Kerastase.
This is my first train ride since March 2020. Yes.
We'll be fine.
Okay. It's gonna be fine.
It is.
It'll be okay.
The more you say it, the more real it gets.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Where are we going?
We are going to Harvey Nicks to go and get our hair done, which is very exciting with some brand new in-salon Kerastase treatment. I'm really hoping that it makes my hair mirror shiny, like in the adverts.
I feel like that is you all of the time.
Really?
Yeah, like you have hair from adverts all of the time.
Oh, really?
Maybe it's because of Kerastase though.
Maybe it is from Kerastase. To be fair, I can't actually see my hair outside my body. So whenever people give me hair compliments, I'm like, what? I guess. Sometimes I do see it in videos, like the back of my head, and I'm like, my hair's shiny.
Also, I'm getting a treatment.
Yes.
So I might have...
Wait, I should film you. Josie, what are you hoping for?
I'm hoping to have hair as beautiful as Jessica's.
Oh, describe your hair right now.
My hair is lifeless.
Why? Can we just ask?
Because...
Has it always been this way?
No, I have very soft hair, so I don't like to condition it very often because when I condition it I can't do anything with it. It's just the slippery. I don't like it.
Maybe you're just using the wrong conditioner, Josie. Josie really needs today's treatment.
I do, yeah. It's been a hard week. My first week at the job.
With her wonderful boss, right?
Yes, Claudia.
We all know that we have completely different hair that requires unique treatment, but thankfully the Kerastase Physiodose has over 30 different possible combinations to ensure that your hair gets the pampering it deserves.
You look cute.
Physiodose is Kerastase's bespoke exclusive salon treatment which combines a concentrate with a booster to meet your specific hair needs. There are 6 concentrates for your primary hair need and 5 boosters for your secondary, making Physiodose suitable for all hair types. They'll formulate your treatment in their mixology bar in-house. Kerastase just completely take all the guesswork out of it, and your stylist just chooses the best combination for you. Visit your nearest Kerastase salon using the Salon Finder tool on their website. I'll leave a link in the description, and you can see the results for yourself. Very cute. I like that you tied up your hair.
Yes.
Now it looks the same.
Yeah, but a bit softer.
It does actually. It looks quite glossy. Make you look like a model.
Look at the flowiness. Look at that.
It's gorgeous.
Thanks.
I love it. You also look a bit like a 90s model.
A 90s model?
Yeah.
You've got to stop using the word model around me.
I can't help it, Josie. It's the hair.
Oh. Thanks to Kerastase.
So let's talk foam rollers. What's so great about a foam roller? Well, for me, it's the lack of damage that it does to my hair. Thank you foam roller. I appreciate you for that. So many people, some people, I've seen it on the internet. I'm unclear as to how this is a thing that works, but it does. Some people can dry roll with a foam roller. How? They just their dry hair. Just a dry foam roller, and they just roll it up, pop it in, put a scarf on, go to sleep, and they're good. And then they wake up and apparently their hair is curly. And this lasts. That is not my hair. That's not my experience. This hair, now no longer permed, does hold a curl better because it is clearly very coloured. And that helps, you know, break it up a little bit. I do need a little bit of dampness in that foam roller. So the trick that I find is always to just give a little dab into a tiny, tiny little cup of water, little saucer, if you will. Tiny dab with the foam roller. Make sure you squeeze it out, just a dampness. Don't have your foam roller be soaking wet. That's a terrible idea because it won't dry properly on the inside. And then you've just got a damp curl. And then probably the others are going to curl beautifully, be lovely, and you'll have one strand that's much longer and straighter than the others, and that's awful, and you're going to have to cover it up. I mean, you can throw some flowers on there, you can make it look really nice. I've done that, for sure, I've done that. Take the section of your hair, just run the roller along it, on all sides, and then roll up. Be mindful as you do so that you're not crossing over the hair, right? That once you're rolling, you're not taking your hair over here, and then over here, and then all backwards and forwards. You've got to roll it on top of itself. That makes sure that you have a nice wave and then an even curl. Otherwise, you're going to get curls that are going, ooh, 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 ooh. long or backwards and forwards, and you're not going to be getting that lovely vintage wave. Now, as I said, there are lots of things you can do with a foam roller, and I've made some videos talking about that before with a few little tutorials. Some of them are quite old. If you'd like to see other videos from me about how I do my hair, then do let me know if you'd like me to bring them back. I probably do it slightly differently, not really, not much, to how I did back then. But there is a card up here that will link you to the playlist with how I do my hair, and I'll also put that link down in the description. But really, that's been the big game changer for me. I think why I really love foam rollers so much, and can talk about foam rollers really just until the cows come home, is that for me it's a much easier solution than pin curling. I like pin curling when I'm on holiday. I find that that works well for me on holiday only, generally because I have to be in quite a hot climate, otherwise my hair for some reason just doesn't dry. It's like really Malaysia specific, but also pin curls are very fiddly and I just don't have the dexterity for that. I can't do little fine motor things. I still really struggle. Told you I have peripheral neuropathy, right? Yeah, can't feel the fingers. You think I can put a tiny pin in when I can't see it? Yeah, that's not happening. But I can grab a large part of my hair and put a roller in there. That I can do. And it really works for me. So yes, highly recommend. I will leave a link in the description down below for where I get my foam rollers. They're from Amazon, because isn't everything? For those of you wondering, by the way, what colour my hair is and whether it's done in the salon or a box dye, it's actually generally done as a box dye at home by my beautiful wife. It's L'Oreal Preference, colour 6.45, but then I also do get it done in the salon occasionally when I feel fancy. You know, another thing that actually revolutionised my hair life was learning what the hell to do with the front. Very, very important for your vintage hair look, and also for your face shape. There are really good hair guides online. You can just kind of Google vintage hair shape and it will show you what to do with your particular shape of face. What's your hair journey? I'm dying to know. Have you gone through something really big? I love when people have massive hair progressions and they're like, yes, so I've actually gone through 20 looks in the last 2 years. Please tell me that's happened to you. Pandemic, actually. I'm sure some of you have been through really interesting journeys. Please also tell me if some of you go and try out the Kerastase Fusio Dose. It was one of the best things that's ever happened to my hair. I love it. Claudia loves it too. She gave it the thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching this rather rambly video about my hair journey and enjoying some interesting photographs of my past. Again, thank you so much for watching. Click the links in the description and I will see you next time. Mwah.